Okay. Let us discuss about capacitance grading. Okay. See here. What is this capacitance gradient? What is that capacitance grading? Okay. This is your conductor. Okay. Core. We call it core or conductor. And what is from here to here? It's insulation. Okay. So what we are doing in capacitance grading is using different dielectrics, so that such that the permittivity decreases. See here, permittivity epsilon will increase as diameter decreases. See here, permittivity increases as diameter decreases, or other way, permittivity decreases as diameter increases. Either of the two, both are same. Okay, see here. Epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3. The permittivity of this insulation is greater than the permittivity of this insulation, and this is greater than permittivity of this insulation. There are three different layers of dielectrics. Okay. These dielectrics depends on the diameter. As the diameter decreases, permittivity in both are inversely proportional. This is, by doing this, what happens? Permittivity is inversely proportional to the distance, right? So we are equalizing the capacitance. Let us see what is that. Okay. See here. Capacitance grading is done by employing various layers of different dielectrics. Various layers of different dielectrics having different permittivity. That's epsilon 1 and epsilon 2, epsilon 3, having different permittivity between the core and the sheath. Hence, the dielectric insulation that is provided is no longer homogeneous. It is not single dielectric, it is different dielectrics. Therefore, the dielectric insulation provided is no longer homogeneous. It's not same, but composite. That is made up of different dielectrics. The various layers are arranged so that the permittivity decreases. Permittivity decreases from the surface of the conductor to the sheath of the cable. That is, the permittivity of dielectric is inversely proportional to the distance from the center. Okay, this is what I have shown here. So, permittivity goes on decreasing as the length or distance increases. Let an underground cable consists of three dielectric layers as shown in the above image. The inner conductor core is represented by the circle of diameter d. The diameters of three dielectric layers are d1, d2 and d respectively. d1, d2 and capital D. This is d1, d2 and capital D. This is the diameters of different dielectrics. Okay. Similarly, let relative permittivities be epsilon 1, epsilon 2 and epsilon 3 respectively. What does it mean respectively? Epsilon 1 is the permittivity of the dielectric having diameter d1. Epsilon 2 is the permittivity of dielectric having the diameter d2, and epsilon 3 is the permittivity of dielectric having diameter capital D. The relative permittivity values and their distances are epsilon 1 is greater than epsilon 2 and it is greater than epsilon 3, and d1 is less than d2 which is less than capital D. The composite dielectric consists of various layers of different dielectrics in such a manner that relative permittivity epsilon r of any layer is inversely proportional to its distance from the center. Remember this. The composite dielectric consists of various layers of different dielectrics. Because different dielectrics means it may be, one may be air, one may be glass, one may be mica or paper. These are insulators, right? So different types of dielectrics. In such a manner that relative permittivity epsilon r of any layer is inversely proportional to its distance from the center. The uniform dielectric stress can be achieved. The uniform dielectric stress, this is what we want. Dielectric stress must be uniform throughout the thickness or throughout the insulator, right? So it can be achieved by maintaining the product of permittivity and diameter of each dielectric same, that is epsilon d, I should have written capital D, epsilon 1 d1, epsilon d is equal to epsilon 2 d1 is equal to epsilon 3 d2. Okay, I have written correctly. Epsilon 1 d is equal to epsilon 2 d, which is equal to epsilon 3 d2. Okay. As epsilon r is inversely proportional to the distance from the center, therefore epsilon r is equal to k by x. Epsilon r is proportional to 1 by x, where k is the proportionality constant. The potential gradient at a distance x from the center is given by q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r into x. Okay, q is a charge in coulombs. Epsilon naught is absolute permittivity, epsilon r is relative permittivity, and x is it's a distance from the center. So which is equal to q by 2 pi epsilon naught. What is epsilon r? K by x. Therefore x get cancelled. So finally what you will get is q by 2 pi epsilon naught into k, which is nothing but constant. This shows that if the condition epsilon r is proportional to 1 by x is fulfilled, epsilon r is proportional to 1 by x, if it is fulfilled, then potential gradient will be constant throughout the dielectric of the cable. Potential gradient will remain constant if you satisfy this condition. Okay, so it will remain constant throughout the dielectric of the cable. This is what is called as capacitance grading. Okay, so the potential gradient G is given by G is equal to Q by 2 epsilon naught 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r into x. So G1 maximum, that is potential gradient in first dielectric. The maximum potential gradient in the first dielectric is given by Q by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 1 into D, and G2 maximum is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 2 D1, and G3 maximum is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 3 into D2. If we want to make G1 maximum is equal to G2 maximum is equal to G3 maximum is equal to G3 maximum, then 1 by epsilon 1D is equal to 1 by epsilon 2 D1, which is equal to 1 by epsilon 3 D2. The potential difference across inner layer is, you have to integrate inner layer. From where? From D to D1 by 2. Okay, V1 is equal to D2 from D to D1 by 2. So G max, G into dx, which is equal to, what is J? Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 1 x. Integration d by d2 d1 by d2 d1 by 2 into dx, which is equal to Q divided by 2 epsilon naught 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 1 natural log of d1 by d, which is equal to G maximum by 2 into D natural log of d1 by d. Why? Because Q by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 1 is equal to G max by 2 into D. This is what we have seen, right? Similarly, potential across second layer V2 and third layer can be written in the same way. V2 is equal to G max by 2 D1, because second layer, D1 natural log of D2 by D1. Similarly, V3 is equal to G max by 2 D2 natural log of D by capital D by D2. Okay, this is what V1, V2 and V3 we have calculated. Fine. So now, total potential difference between the core and earthed sheath, that is from surface of the conductor to the surface of the sheath, last sheath which is earthed, is given by V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So G max by 2 is taken common, D, small d, natural log of D1 by D plus D1 natural log of D2 by D1 plus D2 natural log of capital D by D2. If the cable had, and I have substituted the values of V1, V2 and V3, right? If the cable had homogeneous dielectric, that is same dielectric, then for the same value of D, capital D and G max, the permissible potential difference between the core and earth sheath would have been G max by 2D natural log D by capital D by D. This would have been the voltage if we would have used same dielectric. But what we have done, we have used different dielectrics. Therefore, see here, can you observe the difference here? This is, divided. I mean to say that your voltage is divided. Okay. So let us say now. Obviously, V, what is this V? See this V. Okay, this V is greater than V dash. You can see this. Correct now? Obviously, V is greater than V dash. That is, for given dimensions of the cable, a graded cable can be worked at a greater potential than the non-graded cable. Remember this. For a given dimensions of the cable, a graded cable can be worked at a greater potential than non-graded cable. If at all the non-graded cable for the same dimension, for non-graded cable, if it is used for 11 kilovolts, it can, the graded cable can be for the same dimensions. I am talking about for the same dimensions, the graded cable can be used more than 11 kilovolts, maybe around 22 kilovolts, 33 kilovolts also, right? It has to be calculated. Okay, or for the same safe potential, the size of the graded cable can be less than that of a non-graded cable. Understanding this? For example, for the same safe potential, for example, if I want to operate the cable at 11 kilovolts, okay, for 11 kilovolts, the non-graded cable will be having a more size, higher size than that of a graded cable. Okay, so this is the grading of cable using capacitance grading of cable. Okay, next video we'll see about intersheath grading. Okay.